Just got done with Child's Play. Now we're on to Shaft. So let's see how this is.
Before you came. You know, my father came to this country with $14 in his pocket.
If you're looking forward to those movies, you should be on the AMC Stubs A-list.
Okay guys, so I want to go see this new Shaft movie, which apparently is a franchise. I did not know that this was a franchise till like last month. But basically there's like 3 or 4 movies previous to this Shaft movie. And all the names to these movies are just Shaft. Like there's no there's no subtitle to the Shaft title. Like this movie should have simply just been called Shaft's Son, or in this case probably Shaft's grandson, because again the original Shaft is in this movie, who is Sam Jackson's dad, but Sam Jackson has his own son in this movie who is Shaft Jr. And just the naming for these movies are confusing, because if you just say Shaft, you're just going to be like, which Shaft? Because they're all called Shaft, and you don't know which one you're talking about, because all of the movies' names are Shaft. So it's like, come on, just be original with your titles for once. But anyways, yeah, I saw Shaft, a movie that has been getting a lot of harsh criticism recently, and I still want to go see it. It looked like fun, and I will tell you this, Shaft, it's not a great movie at all, but it is a fun movie, and there's a lot to like about this movie. First things first, the best thing about this movie, I think, is Sam Jackson. He was really good here, and he was hilarious in this role. I think that because of Sam Jackson, this was probably the hardest that I laughed in any movie in all year. So he was really funny in his role, and he was really like outgoing. He was really good in this movie. And then the jokes were really funny as well. The humor, again, like I told you, it's the hardest I laughed in a movie theater all year. And the humor is pretty good when it's not being homophobic, because when people were talking about this new Shaft movie, people were talking about how homophobic the movie is, and seeing the movie is quite, I mean, I don't know if I could even say homophobic, but the movie does have some homophobic jokes. So if you're easily offended by those jokes, then just know walking in this movie that you are going to get some of those jokes. So I guess just a little heads up. But other than that, when the movie's humor is not being homophobic, the other humor actually is pretty good and quite clever at sometimes. Jesse Usher, I really liked him a lot as Shaft Jr. I thought he was really good in this role, and he really has this character where he's like so innocent compared to what his dad is, and it's a fun relationship that him and his dad have in this movie. It's really fun, and it really drives the whole movie. As for Grandpa Shaft, which is the original Shaft from the 70s, I can't remember the actor's name, but he does reprise his role in this movie, and I thought he was actually pretty entertaining for the 15 minutes of screen time that he has in this movie. The movie's story it's not weird, it's just the way how the movie's story is overall just laid out. Like basically Sam Jackson sees this this opportunity to solve his own case from 30 years previous to what's happening right now, and the movie's story is just switches back and forth, and it just kind of gets messy sometimes, out of control sometimes. The writing isn't all that strong either. Like again, the movie has its moments, its enjoyable moments, but the writing sometimes just isn't all that good. But the action scenes were a lot of fun to watch, if I'm being quite honest with you. The movie does take itself a little serious. This is the type of movie that I didn't want for itself to take serious, but it does take itself serious at times. And also the third act of this movie, like the big action scene of this movie, I felt was really underwhelming, like the payoff scene. Because again, you have all these things leading to that payoff scene at the end. And I don't know why, but like that specific scene was really underwhelming for me. Like I didn't really feel like it wrapped it up like properly. But other than that, Shaft, it's a fine movie. It's fun. I had a fun time. And overall, I think there's more things that I like about the movie than things that I dislike about the movie. So this movie is definitely a movie that I would recommend on a Redbox or a Netflix rental. So with that being said, I'm gonna give Shaft a kindly C+. The reason why I said kindly is because I felt like I was being a little too kind to this movie. Like, I wasn't being harsh overall, but it's just the way how the movie's like the way how the movie had me feeling. Like, the movie overall put me in for a good time, so therefore I kind of treated it nicely. Again, it's not a great movie, but it is a lot of fun. Again, there are some pretty good things about the movie, some not so good things about the movie, but check it out. There's a good chance you might like it. I know a lot of people like this movie, a lot of people dislike it, but you never know until you actually watch it. So anyways, have you guys seen Shaft? If you guys seen it, tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought about it. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.